This class is going to be an amazing class for you to really develop your mobility throughout the entire body. So we're going to start this class in our strong standing posture of mountain. So you're going to come to the front of your mat. Feet are hip distance and pointed straight forward. You're going to feel into the four corners of the feet, big toe mound, little toe mound, inner and outer side of the heel. Hips are in a neutral position, your core is slightly engaged. Allow your shoulders to relax back and down and feel your neck long so the ear is coming right over the shoulders. Now, I'm going to invite you to bring one hand onto your stomach and one hand onto your chest. And over the next 4 breaths, simply notice both the path and the length of your breath. Notice where you're breathing into the body and also noticing the length of both the inhale and the exhale. So just taking 3 more of those breaths. Now to really have a focus on breathing efficiently, we're going to start to make sure we're breathing through the nose and breathing into the entire body. So on your inhales, you're going to feel the stomach fill, the ribs widen, the chest rise. On the exhales, you're going to feel the chest fall, the ribs narrow, the stomach empty. And what I invite you to do is to take a slight pause at the end of the exhale before you go into the inhale. So just take about 4 to 6 breaths, moving through that 3-part breath, gradually deepening and lengthening the breath. And as you do this, start to anchor your attention onto your breath, really allowing the mind to become present, noticing thoughts that could come into the mind, but see if you can stay away from allowing them to steal your attention, away from the moment, away from your breath. Then keeping that patterning of breath, just take the hands, bring them to the sides of the body with the palms facing straight forward. Bring the hands together right in front of the sternum, right in front of the chest. You're going to interlace the fingers. On an exhale, you're going to press the palms away from you. Drop your head, round your spine. Feel the space coming between the shoulder blades and allow the neck to relax. On the inhale, you're going to come to a neutral spine, bend the elbows, bring the hands back towards the chest. Exhale, press the palms away, round the spine, drop the head. And move on your own breath a few times, making sure you continue to breathe through the nose and have your breath lead your movement. So start to breathe before you move and allow the length of the breath to guide the speed of your movement. Next time you exhale and you've pressed those palms away, come to stillness for a breath. And on the next inhale, you're going to come to a neutral spine, but bring the palms to point towards the sky, reaching up, extending through the sides of the body. And then exhale, bring the hands right back behind the head. Press the head into the hands, hands into the head, lengthen the neck, and then draw the elbows back. So you're opening up through the chest and shoulders. Now here we're going to come into the neck. A lot of times we ignore that area of the body, but obviously when we're training in the water, it's something that's used a lot. On the exhale, drop the chin, allow the elbows to come towards each other. And then on the inhale, bring those elbows away, stretch through the front of the body. Exhale, drop the chin, allow the elbows to come towards each other. Feel the length in the neck. Inhale, bring the elbows away, chin up and forward, extend the arms overhead. Release the fingers. Bring the hands back behind you. You're going to bring your left wrist towards your right hip. Hold on to that left wrist with the right hand, lengthen the neck, drop the shoulders, and on your exhale, drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Once again, feel that length coming through the neck. And also see if you can feel that coming through the traps, the muscle between the neck and shoulder. Next, inhale, bring the head back to center. Switch your wrists and your grip. Remember, drop the shoulders down, lengthen the neck, and then exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Find that length coming through the neck. Inhale, come back to center. Going to allow the arms to come to the sides of the body again. Inhale, bring the arms up and out to the side and then overhead. On your exhale, with a strong core, long spine, leading with your chest, folding forward at the hips, coming into your forward fold. Hips are high, but your knees are bent enough the upper body comes super close to the thighs. Don't worry about how straight your legs are. You want to make sure the upper body is super close. Allow the head to hang, the neck to relax. Feel the length coming through the back of the legs and that extension in length through the back. Then bend your knees enough your hands reach the ground. Inhale, bring your left foot back towards the back of the mat. So we're coming towards our lunging position. Right knee directly over your ankle. Come up onto your fingertips so your chest rises. Shoulder blades back down towards the hips. We're coming to our runner's lunge. Make sure you square the hips. Feel the thighs scissoring towards each other. Front hip comes back, back hip comes forward. Strong core, long spine. Inhale, rise up with the upper body. Arms up. Feel that length in the spine. And then exhale, come to cactus with the arms. 90 degrees at the shoulders, 90 degrees at the elbows, opening up through the chest and shoulders, through the front of the body. And then on your inhale, lengthen your arms up. Bring your left wrist into your right hand. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach over to the right. Make sure that right knee stays pointed straight forward. Remember, in our lunges, you can always drop the back knee. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, fold forward. Your front foot's going to stay where it is. Exhale, back foot meets front, forward fold. Hands on shins. You'll inhale, bring the upper body halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing arms up. Right away, we're going to exhale, fold forward again. Inhale, bring your upper body halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bring your right foot back towards the back of the mat. Coming to our runner's lunge on the other side, make sure you have that great foundation. Squaring those hips. Inhale, rise up, arms up. Remember, you can drop the back knee if you wish. Exhale, come to your cactus. Open up through the front of the body, stretching through the chest and shoulders. Inhale, lengthen the arms up. Right wrist, left hand. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach over. Notice the difference between the two sides. Come into the hip flexors here. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, fold forward. Once again, front foot stays where it is. Exhale, back foot meets front, forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down through center. This time, bring the feet right together. On your inhale, arms up and out to the side and then overhead. Left wrist, right hand. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, come over to the right. Press your hips out to the left side. Really feel that stretch through the left side of the body. Remember, we're not collapsing through the right side. You're still reaching up and over. Inhale, come back to center. Switch your wrists, switch your grip. Lengthen up. Exhale, coming over to the left side. Press the hips out to the right. Feel that length through the right side of the body. Remember, reach up and over. Inhale, come back to center, release your grip. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bring your left foot back towards the back of the mat. Now, square your hips. Feel strong and stable. Find that foundation. Your left hand is on the ground, right arm and shoulder as one unit. Inhale, bring that right arm up and out to the side. Twist through the mid-spine. Really finding that mobility through the mid-spine. Don't let that arm collapse back. Feel stability in the shoulders. Bring the back of your hand onto your spine. Roll your shoulder back. Feel that opening. And then lengthen the arm once again. Exhale, bring the hand down. Hands on either side of the front foot. Drop your back knee. Now, if you wish, you can always pad up that back knee by folding the mat or bringing a cushion or small yoga block under your back knee. Make sure your front knee is directly over your ankle. Walk your back knee back enough you feel the stretch in your hip flexors. Untuck the back toes. Find that stretch, and I'm going to invite you to do a little bit of micro movement. So you come into the intensity of that stretch. On your inhale, come back just a little with the front knee. Exhale, come back into that intensity. So just moving on your own breath a few times, just that small, almost pulsing movement, coming into the hip flexors a little bit more. Next time you're forward, make sure the knee is directly over the ankle. Now, on this next pose, we want to keep the hips high. Don't worry if your legs coming completely straight. Tuck your back toes under. If that's too uncomfortable, you can keep the back toes untucked. On your inhale, you're going to start to extend the front leg towards straight. Heel down, toes gently curled. Now, once again, remember, keep a bend in the knee if you need to. Don't worry about extending that leg and then coming off of balance. Work with your range. Have that folding forward a bit. And then as you're here, press down into the heel. Feel as if you're pulling the mat back towards your hip. You should really feel that fire up through the hamstrings. And breathe. Stay with your breath and work with your breath. On your next exhale, come back forward to that low lunge. Heel toe your right foot out to the right side of the mat. Hands to the inside of that right foot. Turn the foot to a 45-degree angle. Drop the knee out to the side so you externally rotate in that hip. And we have a few options here. You can stay in this exact same positioning, or you can bring your right hand onto your right thigh. Exhale, twisting to the left. Or if you want more engagement, you can bring that back knee up off the ground. But fire up through that back leg. You want to keep the pelvis as even as possible here, not dropping the pelvis down to one side. And then I invite you to come into a little bit of movement. Inhale, bring that knee back in. Come back to center with the gaze. Exhale, externally rotate, twist to the left. And move with your own breath, just allowing that hip to open gently. Next time you're back to center, make sure both hands are down. Heel toe that front foot back to center. If the back knee is down, bring it up. Front foot stays where it is. Exhale, back foot meets front into your forward fold. And just relax into your fold for a breath or two. Noticing how this forward fold feels different than your first. Bend the knees enough your hands reach the ground. Inhale, right foot back towards the back of the mat. Make sure those hips are square. Right hand stays right down on the ground. Left arm and shoulder is one unit. Inhale, bring that left arm up and out to the side. Open up through chest and shoulder. Find that twist through the thoracic spine, through the mid-spine. Remember, keep that shoulder stable, drawing the upper arm back into the shoulder socket. Bring the back of your hand onto your spine and then roll your shoulder back. Lengthen the arm again. Exhale, bring the hand down. Drop your back knee down. Remember, you can always pad that back knee if you wish. Front knee over ankle. Walk your back knee back enough you feel the stretch in your hip flexors on the right side. Top of the foot down onto the ground. And I invite you to do that micro movement again. Inhale, come back just a little. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, come back. Exhale, come forward. Couple of more times on your own breath. And to really develop your body awareness, notice how this side feels different than the last. Then, next time you're forward, come to stillness. Back toes tuck. If it's uncomfortable, they can stay untucked. Hips stay high. Inhale, start to extend the front leg towards straight, working with your range. Okay, don't force the leg straight. Work with your range. Allowing, not forcing. Press the heel down into the ground. Make sure the toes are curled back towards the shin. Feel as if you're drawing that mat back towards your hip. Fire up through the hamstrings and breathe. On the next exhale, bring that foot back down, coming back to your low lunge. Heel toe, a left foot out to the left side of the mat, hands to the inside of that left foot. Turn the left foot to a 45-degree angle, drop the knee out to the side, externally rotating the hip. Now remember our options the same way we had on the other side. You can stay here. You can bring the left hand onto the left thigh. You might twist to the right, and you might fire up through that back leg, really getting that back leg fired up and keeping the pelvis even. Then I invite you to come into a little bit of movement. Inhale, knee comes back in, gaze to center. Exhale, externally rotate the hip, twist to the right. Moving on your own breath, allowing that hip to open. Next time you're back to center, both hands down, heel toe the foot back to center. Back foot stays where it is. Inhale, front foot meets back. And you're going to press up and back into a down dog positioning. So you want to come into an inverted V position. Fingers spread wide and pointed straight forward. Press into your fingertips. Externally rotate the shoulders so you feel the triceps twirl towards each other. Elbow pits face away. Make sure your spine is long. And then here, just pedal through the knees to come into the calves. Exhale, left leg towards straight, right knee bends. Inhale, bend both knees. Exhale, right leg towards straight, left knee bends. Just doing that a few times, allowing that length to come through the calves. Then on your next exhale, drop your knees down, come to a tabletop. So you're coming on to hands and knees. Make sure shoulders are over elbows, elbows are over wrists, knees are under hips. Keep the back toes tucked under. And then inhale, bring your right leg up and back behind you. Left arm up and forward. On the inhale, bend the right knee, heel towards your seat. Come around with your left hand to hold on to your right foot. And then square up those shoulders, square up the hips. Make sure you're shoulder over elbow, elbow over wrist in that right arm. Press the ground away, kick your foot into your hand. And depending on your range, you might lift that back knee. Breathe. On the exhale, just release that foot. Come back to your tabletop. Set again. And then inhale, left leg up and back. Right arm up and forward. Once you feel stable, bend your left knee, heel towards your seat. Come around with your right hand. Hold on to that left foot. Square up your hips. Kick your foot into your hand and then maybe lift that back knee a bit. Breathe. On your exhale, release that leg. You're going to walk your knees back a few inches, and you're going to shift your entire body forward so you come to a low push-up. Shoulders over elbows, elbows over wrists, the spine's in a diagonal direction, hips stay high and even with the spine. The exhale, lower down to the ground slowly, keeping the elbows tucked. Top of the feet down, press into the ground so your quads engage, your knees lift. And on your inhale, keeping the elbows tucked, shoulders away from ears, you're going to bring your chest and chin up and forward to a cobra. Exhale, lower. Doing that 2 more times. Inhale, rising up to your cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rising up to your cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tuck your toes back behind you. Exhale, press back to your tabletop and then to our child's pose. Top of the feet down, big toes together, knees out wide. Bring your seat back towards your heels, fold forward at your hips, and reach your arms forward so you feel that stretch through the lats. Bring the forehead down onto the ground. Extend the arms, extend through the back. Gently press down into your fingertips and feel as if you're drawing the mat back towards your armpits. Taking about 3 more breaths here, just allowing the back to release. On your inhale, gliding forward to your tabletop, and then however you wish, make your way onto your back. Once you come onto your back, you're going to bring the soles of the feet together, the knees out wide, so you come into a reclined butterfly pose. Just allow the hips to relax. Bring one hand onto your stomach, one hand onto your chest. And I invite you to notice the path of your breath and the length of your breath. And if that's changed from the start of our practice. Breathing through the nose, I invite you to come back into that 3-part breath. Feeling the stomach fill, ribs widen, chest rise, chest fall, ribs narrow, stomach empty. And then extend the legs out in front of you, arms to the sides of the body, feet about mat distance apart to allow the hips to relax with greater ease. Palms facing straight up towards the sky. Coming into our final resting pose of Shavasana. You can stay in Shavasana for as long as you wish. Once you choose to come out of Shavasana, I invite you to first go through another body scan, noticing how your body's responded to what we've just done. And then take a few breaths and notice how the mind's responded to what we've just done. Eventually, creating smaller movements with fingers and toes, working your way up to larger movements, coming onto one side or the other, and pressing yourself up into a seated position.